Thank you for stopping by. I want to teach this to as many U.S. business owners, 1099 income earners, and also U.S. investors to learn about the Spendthrift Trust. I want to start off with 3 simple questions. First question, do you want to leave a legacy for future generations as much as you can? Number 2, do you want to save federal taxes year after year, generations after generations? Number 3, do you want to know the secret of the rich? Thank you for stopping by. I want to teach people about save U.S. taxes legally. The Spendthrift Trust is legal. It's in the IRS Tax Code 643B. It has been in front of the United States Supreme Court on 2 separate occasions, and both times the Supreme Court has favored the Spendthrift Trust. You can't get any more legal than this. So few people have ever heard of this. In the United States, 97% of all trusts sold every single year are what my mom and dad had and what Susie Orman talks about on PBS television, the family trust or the living trust. The only thing the family trust or living trust does is avoid probate. That's it. Then it dissolves. This is what the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, the Carnegies, and U.S. presidents have. The full name for the Spendthrift Trust is Irrevocable, Complex, Discretionary, Non-Grantor Spendthrift Trust. Irrevocable. It goes from generation to generation. The Rockefeller Spendthrift Trust is 7 generations old and has almost 400 people under the same EIN or employee identification number. Irrevocable. Complex. This means the trust can hold money day to day, week to week, month to month, year to year, decade to decade, century to century. With my parents' trust, the living trust or the family trust, when the last person passes away, that trust dissolves and all money. Read it. Sorry, I did not bring anybody on. The last time I did that, they were naked and it was not pretty. Again, irrevocable, complex, discretionary. The trustees or the trustees can make all the rules for all the beneficiaries. There's no contesting this in court like a will. 4th element, non-grantor. This means that someone who is not a beneficiary sets up the trust, they're the grantor or the settlor. They're the trustee for 5 minutes and then they sign themselves away. This makes the trust completely private and nobody knows what you own, where you own it, or how much you own. And then the 5th element, the spendthrift. This is in IRS Tax Code 643B. And again, the only way it can be changed is if Congress changes the tax code. The IRS can't change that tax code. So write this down, 643B. Now, the Benson Financial Trust was written 76 years ago by Paul Benson, a Harvard law professor. He wrote 5 different trusts, and I talk about 2 of the trusts most of the time, but I'll tell you all 5 trusts. The business trust is for U.S. business owners and U.S. 1099 income earners. You will save at least 90% on your federal income taxes yearly, and in 43 states no longer pay state income taxes. You could be saving thousands of dollars. Today I quoted a consultant who lives in Minnesota, and we are going to save him $36,625 every single year. That's a lot of money. $36,000. It's his money to pay off his mortgage, buy a new car, take his family on vacation, give to a charity, save for retirement. The beneficial trust is for all U.S. investors. I don't care what kind of investing you're doing, you're going to save the following 5 taxes. You will no longer pay short-term or long-term capital gains on any of your profits. Short-term capital gains are a year or less and can affect you if you're a crypto investor, forex investor, wholesaling, fix and flipping, doing auction houses, or tax liens. Long-term capital gains are a year or more and are taxed at either 15 or 20%. So if you're selling a business, selling an investment property, selling a baseball card, or anything else over a year, you'll be paying taxes at a profit. Interest income taxes is for all passive investors. Maybe you're in a mutual fund. Maybe you're a passive income. Maybe you're in a REIT, doing subject to real estate, doing the BRRRR strategy. I personally have notes. Creative financing or seller financing. Then there's going to be dividend income taxes. If you're in the stock market, you're a day trader, you're doing options trading, commodities trading, futures trading, or binary options trading, you'll be saving taxes there year after year, generation after generation. Rental income taxes. Yes, you can take depreciation. Yes, you can take cost averaging, but I didn't go over the four benefits. I'll do that in a minute. But rental income taxes. So if you have short-term rentals, vacation rentals, Airbnb, maybe you have 5 doors, 10 doors, 20 doors. Maybe you have commercial property or multifamily properties or doing arbitrage. And then finally, royalty income taxes. If you are an actor, an actress, an author, a musician, have in the NFT world, NFT crypto, NFT artwork, NFT real estate, or if you have copyrighted or patented information, I have no talent, so I don't do any royalties. So that's the second trust. The third trust is a senior trust for anybody who's over 65, on Medicare, and making too much money. If you make more than $91,000 when you're on Medicare, you could be charged IRMA, IRMAA. That means your Part B, you pay for it completely. The fourth trust is the nonprofit trust for any 501c3 company. And the fifth trust is going to be, I always forget this, to have mineral rights, oil wells, coal rights, shale rights, everything else. Now, the business trust, it will save you so much money. You can decide what you want to do with it. I personally have both trusts. My personal story, so you have this, but October 2018 was a watershed month for me. I did not get the Friday before or this Monday after a family wedding. I was living in Phoenix and the wedding was happening in Charlotte, North Carolina. My brand new car, 3 weeks old, driving to work in Phoenix, got T-boned. A guy ran a red light, had no insurance. Silly Sally had the paperwork sitting on her kitchen table. She hadn't filled it out yet. So no gap insurance. I had $8,000. I was upside down by $8,000. Had to get a second car, started eating ramen noodles. And then the third thing that happened, my parents drove from Goodyear, Arizona to Charlotte. My mom got sick and got septic of the blood and was on a ventilator for 13 months in a hospital for 15 months. Thank God she got better and she came home. So my dad stayed in Charlotte with her, and I was going out to their house once a week to do the mail. First week of December, there was a letter from CMS, Centers for Medicare Society, and it's for her first month in the hospital, it was $72,000. My dad was a retired military officer. They had TRICARE for life. They had Medicare. I'm standing there. I have 2 car loans. I have a mortgage. I have student loans. I have credit card debt. And I have an $8,000 deductible on my health insurance. Thank God I was not injured in that car accident. I called my friend Glenn and said, I need to change my life today. He said, Sally, next week we're having a potluck Christmas party. Bring a $5 gift and some food and meet my fellow real estate investors. It was the best decision of my life, but it was a scary proposition going into a party where you didn't know anybody. I'm glad I did it. In 2019, still working as a Medicare broker full-time, I also wholesaled 7 properties and paid off $184,000 in debt. Woohoo! Sally was a rock star in her real estate group. Then my CPA called me. You don't want your CPA calling you. He wanted to set up a meeting with me. I knew about capital gains. I had set aside $50,000 for my capital gains. When I went to go see my CPA, my personal tax rate, the taxes are between 10% to 37%. My personal tax rate went from 22% up to 24%. I owed the federal government $79,000 in short-term capital gains. Yikes! What my solution was to take out a HELOC on my house that I just paid off a few months earlier. Completely defeats the purpose of being financial free, taking out a HELOC. But it got me curious because I had read an article about the Rockefellers and their trust. It's called The Office. If the Rockefellers can save taxes, why can't we save taxes? Took me 5 months. I found out I started both my business trust and my beneficial trust in September 2000 and started teaching in my mastermind real estate group how to save capital gains, interest income, and rental income taxes. Well, I started my own company in March of 2000, and I am now helping as many U.S. business owners, U.S. 1099 income earners, and U.S. investors save as much as they can in federal and state income taxes. Please, if you are interested in setting up a 30-minute tax breakthrough session with me, you would go out to www.thetrustisyou.com/scheduling. And then I also have a free class on the Great Discovery that gives you much more information, gives you a chart of all 50 states. If you're making filing single, there's 4 ways to file. There's 4 ways. A single, head of household, married jointly, married separately. Single's the most expensive way of going, but if you're making $80,000 and filing single in all 50 states to see how much you'd be saving. If you make more than $80,000, you'll save even more taxes. I want to help as many U.S. business owners, U.S. 1099 income earners, and U.S. investors save as much as they can in taxes. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you learned something new today, and I've set up a 30-minute tax breakthrough session with me because I want to teach you how you too can be saving money. Take care. Have a wonderful Thursday. Bye-bye. Can be saving money. Take care. Have a wonderful Thursday. Bye-bye.